Okay, so here we are building this traveling van thing, Yeah. Oh, we'll have it rigged up so, and in the toilet will be a disposable thing. Uh, it's the idea is we just want to be as minimalist about this as we possibly can. I mean, I don't want to especially modify or over, except for maybe one of the ventilation. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but uh, just functionally, uh, it'll really be more like camping, but with the convenience of a secure structure, that you're occupying while you're camping it. It's like we'll have one of these butane heater things. Burners. Some kind of a refrigerator, layout. Uh, say I don't want to pipe it for propane or something like that. Just keep it really very simple. So it's a little, we could elaborate. Maybe Coleman, I'm not sure, but presently we do have this little thing with a little propane bottle, so that'd be good enough for us for now. And I'll create a very safe and stable, construct that kind of area. Just you can do that. Like maybe using maybe where this kind of a cooking thing might go in. Maybe reinforce or cover that with some kind of a metal. Maybe something like resist heat or just dispensing not to into wood or something like a kitchen fire or something like that. Could be stainless steel, maybe a stainless steel counter or something like that. Or it could almost like a little bit like industrial, but kind of an area that's relatively small and where you can work at to do your cooking preparation, stuff like that. So nothing. It'd all be in what that was. Maybe just to make a big table. It could just be like stainless table. It kind of not. This would be kind of a light, kind of a little bit lighter grade. We're going to look for just function, and we're not looking to support, uh, heavy, loads. So something if you satisfy the needs of a kitchen table. That's all we don't need something, strong enough to hold a car up. So just basically, and this for two reasons. Well, mostly just to just keep the weight down. Things be more, lighter in the management and the handling of it. So, yeah, it just lightening things. Just I should say, yeah. This is we want to minimize the amount of added weight we put into this vehicle. We want to keep it as light as we can. Um, uh, it'll be sufficient that it'll create a nice. It'll set a nice. You know, it'll set nice into the suspension. It'll be heavy enough for that, but it's not gonna. It's not going to be like loaded, burdened with, um, holding tanks, the mechanics and all those stuff like that. So, yeah, just well, it's like going back there and things. I think think of just some ideas in my head and just looking at some reviews. I want some kind of an exhaust ventilation system. That I would install. Um, And the one thing I might do is, take advantage of solar. Yeah, because it's a big roof on that thing. Fill it with, build side rails. Hide the, basically, you could see that anyway on a van or something like that. And put some solar panels up there and enough, maybe a 1,000 kilowatt system. I'm not sure. so accompanying batteries that and it just took me, yeah, you're going to be maybe electrifying your refrigeration and oh, just your I don't know, maybe would maybe we would use if the energy supply were sufficient. I mean, it's not, and responsive to on demand. It's like, yeah, with electric devices, cookers and stuff like that. Things that might be facilitate a neater arrangement. So you have to carry these little gas cans and stuff like that. Yeah, a little induction heater or something like that. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. Then it would be for the convenience and not having to go out and buy these little expiring fuel supply things. And yeah, I would imagine with today's technology, you could get a lot of reserve energy. It could last you. And, uh, and it would, dually, this system would be being charged by the vehicle that is running down the road. So it'd be a component of the alternator that would be set up to generate a sufficient amount of energy. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and it'd be built and regulated that way. Yeah. And it'd be a heavy duty thing. It'd be, a big thing like that. Think of those things that work well as boat anchors when they're dead at the end of their lives. Yeah. Funny thing to do, pull up a chain and, crustacean encrusted matter all over this thing, and it's it makes a good boat anchor, as I was saying. When they stop performing, and which they are always runs all the time, they're so good. Don't ever worry about it. It will never fail you, except when you don't want it to. Maybe. Probably not, though. Oh. Oh. So. What would you like? What would you like to hear from Jesus? What words of wisdom would you like to hear him say? Okay. Wow, this is I'm so blessed and so thankful, so grateful for the presence of Jesus right before us, ascended Master, love, his loving grace, magnificent, love, light, abounding. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Hey, enough. I hear it all the time. No. No, I'm just kidding. I just interject a little humor. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. And I apologize. No. Oh, no, there's words from my beloved Master. Ascended Master Jesus. Yes, for sure. Yeah, he's laughing because he has a sense of humor and just wanted to loosen up the scene. Well, this guy works cool because this guy is so cool. Love it. Yeah. He's just so confident. He knows it's not. There's nothing passive. He is such a passive presence. It's like the sense that his energy and love will suck you in. It'll pull you in. Passive. Absorb it. He'll absorb your love and your life into himself. That's the way of the universe. We're all part of the same. Oh, we just, we interfeed on each other, and we feed and give all the more the love we can shine. It's like it just gets energized into our being. Yeah, it's like, oh, oh, you all have had those experiences. I have, it's like certain glances or goodbyes or hellos or thank you, from maybe even particularly strangers. There's just such a powerful kinetic energy. That's just that that kind of momentary bond. And both it's like a common in thought and intensity, and sincerity for the moment. And it stays with you after they leave. It's just kind of one of those energizing events that happen in our lives. And it happens to all of us. People just leave us a part of their light in your field. And you'll be enriched and blessed by it. It's crazy, but it's true. Yeah, so many times. It's just that certain, it's I don't know, it's an acknowledgement. It's like, yeah, thank you. It's like more than a thing. So like when somebody goes out of their way, it's like it just connects in a different kind of way. Yeah. It's like, well, it's almost kind of like almost like a family, that kind of close. It's like, so just that momentarily, it's weird. You just have a kind of a spiritual connection. It's like you know that person or something. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's like, but yeah, it's like somebody like but you don't. You really, well, maybe you do, but in a different, on a different plane, in a different dimension. Where might that be? Oh, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I think that's kind of an interesting conversation. People meeting up with people, and this immediate connection, I don't know. I wasn't gonna say it wasn't sexual. I guess it could be sexual. It could be two people just sexually horny for something, a connection, and just magically meet. And then, if it was done mutually, and that's the whole context was two people doing this together, found at that moment. It's like two human beings were kind of joining in union. It's just for a moment. Yes, it's kind of crazy. You ever had that happen? Yeah. Have you ever had something like that? Yeah, I've had that. But for me, it's never been sexual. Never been, but I understand that concept, and that could be perfectly fine too. As long as it's between two loving, consenting human beings, then consenting, legitimate human beings. So, anyway, let's talk about that more in the next episode.